Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Sick Mexican, better known as Justin Valencia, and it's been a while since we've been on here. It's been a good time since we've been on here. We've been recharging our batteries, getting everything up to date, and some things have not gone our way. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Something have not gone our way, but we're getting there. And the thing is, good things come to those who wait. Everyone heard that saying, and that's what's going on with us. We're waiting for good things to happen. But enough about me and the situation. I'm going to hand it over with your host, your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler, Mr. Chris Conant, Christian Ross. Take it away.
Guys, usually I'm hype. Usually I put over my catchphrase, I'm your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler. But I can't put over my catchphrase because I don't know if I'll ever be able to do that. And ladies and gentlemen, this is a shoot. I am speaking from the heart. This is totally real. This might be the last episode ever of a podcast that we ever do. Okay? Reason being, I'm going to get into throughout the show. But ladies and gentlemen, we need everybody to work together, hand in hand. If we slack, everybody slacks. If you slack, I slack, he slacks, nothing gets done, and I'm going to take fault for it. You guys should take fault for it. But if you guys want to put this together, want to make this fun, want to make this work, let's get off our butts. Let's do this. Let's have fun. Let's go out and kick some ass. You know what I mean? Because wrestling's a great part of my life. And thinking of things that are part of my life, this podcast that we started, it's bringing people together. Our super show is our pipe bomb show. It's our Monday Night Raw. It's what people want to see. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want this to be the last show. I want this to be the first of many more pipe bombs to go. And thinking of my pipe bomb today, okay? Thinking of my pipe bomb today, okay? There is a moral that I'm going to get into explaining this pipe bomb. But many people know this person that's going to be played live in a few moments on what is going on in the real world. Reason I'm trying to get at is the real world, there's real problems, and there's problems happening in our company. One, as a total shoot, Joey Morte. My door is open. Justin's door is open, Joey Morte. We're not mad that you don't want to put money up for this. I understand. It's totally fine. The door is open. However, we're trying to bring people together. We don't need no negativity. My door is open. His door is open. You're welcome to come to the show whenever you like. And thinking of doors being open, my buddy had a door that was locked, okay? He wanted to go pick up his daughter. Situations got out of hand. We're going to hit you with a pipe bomb because that's what we do, and that's how we're going to play it. Just let them hear the pipe bomb. This isn't scripted. This is real.
Her name is Alexis Palmisano.
And this is a pipe bomb.
Okay? My name's Christian Manic. Her name is Alexis Palmisano. Let me tell you a little story. I'm not going to go into huge details. Right? But this girl not only collects $800 a month in food stamps, right? She collects $450 a month in cash. She collects $600 a month in rent assistance. She collects
wrong business.
Another, I can't do the math right now, but 120 perk 10s every month.
And for the record, he named $3,435 of free money just now.
Just now. Saying. And she works as a waitress at Nifty 50s.
And that doesn't count that.
Not only that.
Damn, I'm in the wrong business.
She's telling everybody, all her friends, I guess our mutual friends as well, which I don't give a fuck because I really don't give a fuck what people think about me. She's telling everybody I'm a fucking dope fiend. A dope fiend. I went and bought, they were $45 each. 2 drug tests at CVS 2 weeks ago. Showed up at her doorstep. I said, let's go. Me and you. What happened? She refused. refused to take the fucking test. Okay? Luckily, when my kid was 2 years old, she's 8 now, I went and filed for fucking custody. I got joint custody, 50-50. I got physical custody, joint physical custody, legal custody, and custodial custody, whatever the fuck that means. But anyway, I got half and half, and she's pissed because she tried 3 times to take for child support, and she couldn't get it because I got 50-50 custody. And the last couple weeks, she's been trying to hide my kid from me on my days. I go to pick up my kid in the morning, she's not there. I had to go to like 3 different places. I had to call the cops. I almost had her in contempt in court because I had the paper with, the custody paper. I showed the cop. If she didn't answer the phone in 5 minutes, luckily she called back because maybe she grew some fucking brains. Fuck. Like, you can't keep my kid from me. She's a piece of shit. She thinks I'm on fucking drugs. I'm not on any fucking drugs. She's the one on drugs. If I wanted to, I could take my kid from her. But the thing is, I won't do that because it'll hurt my kid more than anything else. So that's it. I'm done. That's my closing statement.
This isn't scripted.
All right.
And where we're trying to get at here, guys, because I'm going to hear some negative reactions. I'm going to hear some positive reactions. Where I'm trying to get at is we, as a whole, everybody has a addiction, whether it's drinking soda, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's drinking a beer, whether it's doing drugs, whatever your addiction is, everybody has them. I call them routines because it's something you do over and 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 over. That's what I call them. And thinking of addictions, guys, can somebody please send me the app to Pokemon Go? Seen it all over the news. I just want to get involved. Anybody in the chat who's playing Pokemon Go, show me how to set it up. Show me how to go. Because I want to rock and roll and play that with you guys. And let me know who's on there. But thinking of things that's going on right now, our pipe bomb that just happened. I want to get your comments on it before I go into the show. And the show, guys, we'll give you a quick rundown of the show. We're going to go into the history, the rise and fall in XBW, whether it's coming back, whether we can get it back and rolling, what title belts should be implemented, what characters are you high on, what promos are you wanting to see, what storyline are you more intrigued on. That's what we're going to get into later in the show. Plus, at the end of the show, I'm going to get into the current status of XBW, whether the ring is getting picked up this weekend, tomorrow, the day after. I'm going to let that all loose. We're going to find out later tonight. But before we do that, just what's your comments on our pipe bomb?
Well, I thought the pipe bomb was a really controversial one. When you first approached me with this, I was very iffy about it. But if you notice, Chris says he's not going to do it because it would hurt his kid. You know what I mean? He's thinking ahead. He's definitely putting his brain to it. And that's the most important part about this. The kid comes first, and that's where we need to get our mindset on. You know what I mean? We need to do what's best for everyone, and we're going to go out there and have fun, and so on.
Absolutely, and it takes help. All right, I'm going to give an example. And Just, you're not a huge basketball fan, but people that are, Just, are you familiar with LeBron James?
Yes.
Okay, LeBron James, okay? I'm going to give you a quick rundown of LeBron James. He's from Cleveland, born and raised in Cleveland. He got drafted by Cleveland, and then he left Cleveland to go to Miami, and then went back to Cleveland. Where I'm trying to get at, LeBron James, okay? He's a superstar. He's a megastar. LeBron James, the reason he left Cleveland is because he needed help. He's LeBron James, but he needed help. He couldn't do everything on his own. Him being that talented, being a superstar, he left to win a championship because he needed help. He needed a supporting cast. He needed another player that could pick the slack up when he wasn't there. He needed a team, and that's what succeeded. That's why he's successful today. That's why he won a championship. The current state that we're in right now is we're not all on the same page, and we got to get on the same page if we all want to do this again to have fun. That is the end result of it. We all like doing this. We all want to get involved, and we all want to just make this work. But before we make it work, we got to take one step forward, 2 steps back, okay? And then in many situations, we got to be, it's better to be lucky than good, they say. Well, we got to be good than lucky in this situation because we all got to be on the same page and work as a team. Just the current state right now of XPW, it's in a bubble right now, and we need to expand this bubble and make it explode, and we need to hit the surface, and we need to get it rolling. Just in your mind, just once we get this rocking and rolling, just please tell us about the location. I don't think people know where we picked that. Let them know at least where we're going to try to run at, or if this is the spot, and let me know what it looks like, where it's at, and what you think of it.
Well, the location we had in mind was in Northeast Philadelphia. You know what I mean? A lot of people can reach to it. It's you could take SEPTA, you could take any form of public transportation and get from point A to point B. It's in what is it, Northeast Philadelphia? And once we get the ball moving, once the first show goes on the way, everyone's going to be on board. The thing is, the way we put it out there, I think a lot of people were overwhelmed. Like I hear a lot of people saying, you know, this conflicts with my job, this is going to not work out for me. But the way we're going to have it set out, it's not going to be every week. I think the word every week got thrown out there, but we're not going to do it every week. And if you could explain that to them, Chris, we're going to have a lot of shows. We're going to have a live TV. We're going to have a TV episode every week, but we're going to do it. How did we plan this out? We're going to do it in I'm sorry.
This is how it's going to go, guys. We're going to run our first pay-per-view show, and every time we run a pay-per-view, that is going to be the only show recorded on that day. However, when we start getting into our Raws and SmackDown shows, which will be the following week or 2 weeks after, we are going to record 2 shows on the same day, and we're going to broadcast them and we're going to spread them out as following. For guys that can't be there every 2 weeks, and I say every 2 weeks, we aren't going to treat you like Brock Lesnar, okay? What WWE should be doing is the same thing we want to do. We are going to be recording you, so we have 4 to 5 weeks worth of footage that you're going to do in 1 week, so we can utilize you through the whole season if you can't be there on selected dates. We're going to make this work around everybody's schedule. That's what we're here to do. That being said, we're real close on everything. We're real close to running. Do you like the idea of running every 2 weeks? And do you like certain people that maybe going to be there once a month, have pre-recorded promos and things of that nature to kind of spread it out?
I think it works out perfectly because, again, we are adults, and I understand people got overwhelmed because they're going to think, you know, I can't do it every week. I myself can't do it every week. You can't do it every week. We're a lot older now. We have commitments. We have things we have to do in our lives. We have lives now, you know. We have lives. So, I mean, everyone got overwhelmed with that. It's not going to be like that. We're going to do it every 2 weeks. And again, if you can't be there, say the following week, we could possibly record 4 matches for you. You know, we'll work out. Everything will work out fine. We'll work with you. You work with us. Everything will be cool.
Quick question for you, Jeff. Quick question for you.
Shoot.
What characters and what people are you looking most forward to seeing? And if there are any particular matches that you had in mind that you would like to see coming in the next XBW season?
I think every character that was named here. I mean, Joe Muerte pitched a lot of good ideas for his character. I wanted to see him portray. The whole Beast character, I really wanted to, we never got a chance to push Beast in the past seasons. I really wanted to see him evolve as a superstar, you know what I mean? Get to where he wants to be in the card. So I definitely wanted to see Beast evolve. I wanted to see Joe Muerte portray his heel gimmick, the network gimmick. I like that a lot. We had so many ideas, you know, the Legion turning face, you know what I mean? A lot of people would tell you, you know, the Legion would never turn face. But I mean, I want to see it done, you know? AJ back in XBW. When's the last time Sky was in the XBW? You know what I mean? It's been a while. It's things I want.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, and it's a lot of controversial situations that I would like to get into. People want to see King back. People might want to see a return by Uds. People might want to see DV1. People might want to see the rematch of these guys, the rematch of them guys. So there's a lot of different scenarios we're going to play out and portray. And we want to keep everybody invested. We want to keep everybody involved. Thinking of keeping everybody involved, Just. We're going to start off with one title belt, the World title belt. Is there a second belt you think we should implement? And when do you think it should be implemented?
Well, my opinion, restarting the company again, I always thought the world title was, of course, the main belt. You're in it to win it. You know what I mean? You will go to XBW to get a chance to be the world champion, to represent the company. And that would be our major title. That's what we would focus most of the storylines, the main event on, the world title. You know, that's how it's been, and that's how it will be. I mean, it wasn't like that before, but that's how it will be now. Um, as far as another belt that we should get involved would possibly be like the internet title, maybe the Iron Man belt. Like we could make it as internet. It would take the place of a television title because we're going to run syndicate television programs once a week. So I think the Iron Man and the world title will be the only main ones we could use or we should use.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the thing I'm looking most forward to is our pay-per-views. All right, our pay-per-views. Every pay-per-view is going to have stakes to it. So every pay-per-view is going to be something different. It's going to be something that you want to look forward to. Just for example, one pay-per-view may be a battle royal at the end, and the winner gets this or whatever. Or it might be a new Money in the Bank situation where there's a crazy situation involved. That. Or it might be for the internet title, one pay-per-view. But every pay-per-view is going to have stakes. One pay-per-view might be a straight hardcore pay-per-view. And one pay-per-view might be a new guy appearing in the season, and he's going to debut. So we're always going to keep people on the edge. We're always going to keep everybody emotionally invested, and everybody's going to be wrapped around the storyline, whether it's for the belt, not for the belt. And there's a lot of cool things that we're going to do with that. That being said, just you were there from the beginning, you're there at the end. In your mind, just what was the rise of XBW and what was the fall of XBW?
Well, the rise of XPW, you know what I mean? We took it the wrong way. Again, pro wrestling's like a tree. There's a lot of branches. You have your lucha libre, you have your classical, you have your technical, and you have your hardcore match. Going into XPW, we promoted it as, well, what I promoted it as is a hardcore, ultra-violent, battleground. And as we evolved, we became more hybrid. You know what I mean? You had your technical wrestlers, you had your comedy wrestlers, and we grew. And I think that's what a lot of, I see a lot of negative. Well, when we announced that we were coming back, I seen a lot of people saying, "Oh, these deathmatch guys are nothing." But if you think about it, Chris, the last couple world champions were not deathmatch guys, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, for example, you go from Mike, Stan, Eddie, and just in my mind, I think they were the last three XBW World Champions, and even before that, Mysterious G, who was very versatile. And then I think you were before that, if I'm not mistaken. It's probably a guy here or there that I'm probably missing. But
and that was,
just going off that, none of them guys were straight deathmatch style wrestlers. Everybody had a unique form, and got
again, and our last champion, Eddie Drexler, never even had a death match. Unknown started off as a deathmatch title, but the title has not been in the deathmatch scene since 2006. So going into it, you know what I mean? We're grown as a hybrid company. We have our deathmatch wrestlers, we have our pure wrestlers, we have our comedy wrestlers, we have our lucha. We're gonna have our lucha libre guys. It's gonna be something that a lot of other companies are not offering.
Yeah, I have a question for you, Justin. I like stakes. I like stipulations, and I like gimmicks, okay? Do you think this would work if we have a all-hardcore deathmatch pay-per-view down the road?
And of course, I think, of course, it will work because you could build it as a tournament. You could build it as a 8-man tournament. Have the matches, and then in between the you know what I mean. In between the rounds, you could have your regular guys doing matches. So yeah, of course, I think it would win, and it would give an opportunity for guys who haven't been in a hardcore division to have a chance in the hardcore division. I'm sure you could like DV1, for example, King Carson, for example. There were guys that didn't start off in the deathmatch scene, but we gave them an opportunity, and they impressed everyone.
Now, I have a question for you, Just. Last year, wow, my head's totally not in it right now. Last time I was in XBW, okay, we had a battle royal for the Money in the Bank, okay? Money in the Bank over the year has grown, and it's become a huge spectacle, okay? So I think by us making it a battle royal, I think that makes the Money in the Bank match different than the ladder. Um, do you think if we have a pay-per-view down the road, a Money in the Bank pay-per-view, and keep it as a battle royal, do you think that match would get over as much as the Money in the Bank ladder matches do?
It's a good question. You know, you have to put a lot of thought into that, but it would definitely be over because it's something that other companies are not offering. You know what I mean? And again, Greatness won the first Money in the Bank. He hasn't cashed it in yet, but he went over. I remember when he won and he was up there on the ropes posing, people were popping for him. People want to see him, and people are wondering, when is this guy going to cash in? So, yeah, I think going into it, people were definitely be interested in it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And anything that has stakes in it, I think people are more emotionally invested in. So that's why I want to get every pay per view to have stakes or just not a bunch of matches thrown together because there's feuds and we're trying to end the feuds and just total filler. That's not what we're here to do. We're here to perform. We're here to entertain, and we're here to wrestle
And if I
more
could
than
cut you off,
anything.
if I could cut you off for a second, the way you book, opposed to what everyone else booked in XPW, you came up with some storylines that people want to see. And again, people will shit on you all day. People will shit on the internet about you. People will question me, why is Christian Ross the booker? But people want to see the storylines that you made. People are still talking about these storylines till this day. So you obviously did something good. You obviously did
Right.
something that people can relate to. Again, with the whole Gar storyline, the whole Gar and Tabby, people are saying that's the stupidest storyline, but people still ask me, so are you guys going to finally reveal who the baby daddy is? So people are interested and people want to see it, whether they like it or not, whether they agree with it or not, whether it's politically correct or not. It's something that people want to see.
Right, and as a booker, you can't always feed to the crowd. You have to feed to what the people will emotionally invest their feelings in. So whether some people like it, some people hate it, that's John Cena. Some people like him, some people don't like him, but everybody's on their feet booing or cheering. That's what I want out of every match. I want everybody emotionally invested. They might say, I hate this guy, it's the worst thing in the world, and they're booing him. And that might be a wrong way to look at things. However, if people are booing, that means they at least care about you. There's not crickets, and something is working. Whether it's working in the right way or working in the wrong way, there's a reaction, and in a booker's mind, that's getting the show more over, getting the show more popular, and people will see it. Other people will tune in and be like, "This is pretty cool. That's decent. This backyard fed over there is not doing it. This fed's not doing that." So we will be different than any fed that's running right now. That being said, okay, we talked about kind of what was the rise of XBW. All right. What do you think was the fall of XBW? Why haven't XBW ran in XYZ years? What do you, in your opinion, what was the fall of XBW?
The fall of XPW, in my opinion, I mean, one of the things is I stopped caring. Again, Joe Muerte brought up a good point. You know, he lost a lot of money when XPW was done and over with. He lost a lot of money because he invested hundreds of dollars into buying a ring for Ozzy. And again, I love Muerte. I love Ozzy. I love a lot of these VSW guys. But you know, they were set to fail without. I mean, it's not just without the XPW roster. I mean, I'm sure they could have had a lot of guys join them. But I mean, would you? I mean, in your opinion, I mean, you answer this for me. Would you want to see guys like Ozzy or Pat Perfect? I mean, not Pat Perfection, like the VSW normal guys, like Ozzy and all them other guys with the world title, Chris?
Well, here's the thing. Um, It depends what they're doing with their character. Them just going out being a genetic character they are, probably not, because I'm going to be. It's like Big Show winning the title belt. You know what I mean? Like, all right, cool, Big Show won it, but what's so cool about it? You know what I mean? Like, all right, it's decent, Big Show got it, but what's cool about it? Nothing, pretty much. You know what I mean? So you're not really going to care. It's like Tom Ass winning the world title. Like, you're not really going to care, and people are going to think we're just throwing the belt on him because we're using his place in his ring. You know what I mean? So you're not really going to care, and you're not really going to get invested. You're just going to just say, okay, whatever. This kind of sucks. You know, it just is what it is. You know what I mean? Um, in my opinion, all right, the fall of XBW came to UCW just being on a bigger platform. And I think guys started noticing that towards the end, and guys wanted to invest their career further and try to up their career a little more. And instead of like having fun, they wanted to kind of take it as like a job. So when guys were jumping ships over to UCW, guys were trying to escalate their career over. Like Beast, you guys had a live show, and Beast is just in the back, just talking, just coming to watch the show. Chuck the Underdog was a current wrestler every week. He came to be a referee. Pat Perfection, we gave him a dark match. They chewed him up in the back. And he took the constructive criticism, worked on his craft, and became an independent superstar. Okay? So that's, I mean, you have guys that are on WWE right now in the Cruiserweight Classic, like Lince Dorado, who is helping you hand in hand, and we're about to run out of your building and work shows with guys like that. So people seen all that, and people want to jump on board. But to jump on board, you need to communicate, okay? You need to grow, and you need to work as one. This is a pipe bomb episode, okay? And like the Christian Maddox story, with him and his baby mom, okay? You got to work as a team. You got to work as one. And thinking of people that's working on things. And thinking of people that's working on crafts. It's people that do ddpyoga.com/wrestling inc. Guys, this is a serious note. I cannot plug the segue. We're not getting paid for it because of the current state of XBW. Get us up and rolling again. Let's get the viewers going. These are good guys to deal with. Succeed. In order for us to succeed, we all have to work together, and that's my main focal point of this. It brought friends back that haven't talked to people in years. I want to make this work. I want to go out and kick it. I want to go watch the movies over at the guy's house. I want to have fun. I want to do this right now. And Justin, he wants to do this too. Our doors is open. A lot of people are invested. We're at a standstill, and people are just waiting for the firecracker to get lit so it can go up in the air and explode. Just, your mind, what can we do right now to get this shit moving?
Well, in my opinion, the ring situation is out of our hands right now. I mean, Sky's the only one talking to the guy who's willing to sell us a ring. That's the truth out there. You know, I'm putting it out there. Sky's the only one that's talking to him. He's the only one that could get us from point A to point B. As of right now, you know what I mean? We could always find another ring. We could make a ring. We could have Beast and Craven build us a ring. But as of right now, we're looking at our plans, our blueprint, our original blueprint plans. Sky has the blueprint and it lands in his hand.
Question for you, Just. Wherever the ring is right now, can we run shows there? And that will probably be the easiest way. If the guy says, yeah, you can run shows here every other Sunday. Come on down, pay me XYZ. Can we do that?
No, we cannot because the guy's moving in a couple of weeks. So he needs a ring out. That's the main reason he sold the ring. He needs to get it out of there. So, no, we cannot run there.
Okay, so that's out of the question. Just once we get up and running, we're gonna have it at the Northeast location. Are we gonna have the pay-per-view immediately the following week after?
Well, the first one would be excuse me. The first one would be the reunion / it would be a pay-per-view. It's the first show, you know. It's the first show back, so it would have to be like a big pay-per-view. It's not going to be a solid pay-per-view, but it's going to be a pay-per-view. You know, get your ring rust off and do what we have to do. So that would be the first show going into this new place. We would have to consider it a pay-per-view, right? Reunion show. It's the first show.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's going to be a pay-per-view, and we're going to try to run that annually event every year, and then we're going to try to run 4 shows in between, and then have another pay-per-view in between. So in actuality, guys, try to follow my lead on this. It's going to be pay-per-view, and then the next week we're going to be off. The next weekend we are going to be running 2 shows, our Raw and our SmackDown, whatever the names are going to be on the show. We're going to run 2 shows. We're going to be off the following week, run 2 shows. Again, our Raw, our SmackDown. Be off the following week. That next week is the big pay-per-view event. I want to have a barbecue at this next pay-per-view event. I want to promote this pay-per-view. I want to get everybody's storyline over during this pay-per-view. And I want this to start drawing fans, drawing attraction. Winter time is coming up. We're not going to be able to run outside. We are going to need indoor places for the winter because I want to keep this up. If we can't, we will go to a plan B option where we record XYZ shows that's going to drag us all the way until where it gets warm enough to start running again. Josh, you agree with that?
I agree with it. And the one thing I think we forgot to explain is that we're going to have the whole card set up. You know, when we go there, we're gonna be ready. There's not gonna be no time to jerk off. You know what I mean? We're just gonna go there, hit hard, and take it home. Because the last couple seasons, it has been very unorganized. Every match takes like an hour each. But I mean, coming into this season, we're gonna be organized. We're gonna execute it properly. We're gonna take these procedures to, you know, get in there and get out, and have fun.
Absolutely. And guys, our pay-per-view shows, guys, especially, we're going to run them like live pay-per-views. We are going to go click, 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 click on. It's not stopping. There's not pausing. We're going to have stuff in between, but we're going to have a format set up, and we are going to run like there is 10,000 people out there that's watching our show live. We're going to run every single show like there's 10,000 people, and whether there's 5, whether there's 100, we're going to run every single show like there's 10,000 people in the crowd. And that might be one of the reasons that a lot of the backyard companies die out, because people want to go to a more established environment. If we make this more established, we can rent the ring out, we can run indoors, we can start to travel, we can make ourselves superstars, we can make this good. We can make the company grow. You know what I mean? There's a lot of goods that come with this. The bads that come with this, it's just timing, when you're able to do it, and scheduling. That's really the only bads. You know what I mean? You might get a scratch here or there. But besides that, everybody's emotionally invested. Everybody's having fun. And sure, once we get the ring, the money situation will end there to a fault, okay? To a fault. But it won't be nothing that will hurt anybody in the long run. That being said, just you got any comments on that?
And the thing about that is, if we get this ring, it's $500. It's a done deal. Once we hit the $500, it's a done deal. Now, earlier on when we started this, when this idea got conceived, we were talking about renting a ring, and you know how much that would run us? It would run us $800 alone just to rent a ring for one day. So with the $500, we're going to have the ring for the whole season. We're going to have this ring for a couple of years. I mean, I just wanted to get that point out there because a lot of people don't realize with the $500, we're going to have this ring for us to use.
Yeah, and absolutely. And when you think about it, guys, and when we break it down into dollars and the cents, guys, you figure, let's say we get 20, let's say rough estimate, we get 20 shows or 20 matches or whatever, however you want to plan it up. You pay your $50, all right? You divide the math. It's like less than like $4 a match that you're doing, like $4. You know what I mean? It's less than friggin' 50 cents a day. You know what I mean? So you got to think about it like that, and like it's something that we're all going to be happy with in the long run. Everybody's going to be happy. Everybody's going to be watching the shows, drinking a beer after. So it's something that we all can come together on. Just like I hope my pipe bomb friend and his baby mom comes along on, because that's a situation where things don't always work out as you expect and as you plan. But you have to work with what you got, okay? And just like us, we have to work with what we got. We got a bunch of guys who used to do this, to kick asses, to be best friends, used to love it. We all grew up, but we have to work with what we got. We got the ring, guys, $500, guys, and we've all put out money before in the past. It's about 5 to 10 years later now. We're all mature, all more grown up. Let's do this. Let's make this work. Let's come together as one. Let's be a family. Let's make everybody happy. Let's prove the naysayers wrong. And let's do this. And let's go out and kick some fucking XBW fucking ass. Guys, when I started this podcast, I said this might be the last podcast that I ever do. Okay? I don't want to make this the last podcast I ever do, guys, but I was completely serious when I said that statement. This may be the last Pipe Bomb episode ever. If we don't come together. Let's come together. Let's make this work. Just any comments for me?
No comments. I mean, I said what I had to say. You know, like Chris said, let's get our money together. Let's do this one more time. I know it's time consuming, but I mean, we're going to set it up where it's not going to affect our daily schedule. It's not going to affect our work schedule. We're going to have enough time to have fun. You know what I mean? Have some kick-ass videos, and the haters are going to watch this and be like, yo, let me hop on board. You know what I mean? They're going to want to be on this. You know what I mean? They're going to regret saying what they said and want to jump on board.
Absolutely. And just before we end the show, I got some questions for you, Just. It's a couple of days before the WWE draft. We did our mock draft. We did our mock draft probably about a month or so ago. WWE's about to do their draft. Any predictions right now on what you think the direction of the company's going? And what's your comments on the Brock Lesnar failing the drug test?
Oh, my predictions on the draft we did was I didn't predict, excuse me. I picked AJ Styles for number 1 on my pick. And people shit on me. People were texting me going, why the fuck did you choose AJ Styles? And, I mean, fast forward to this day and age, and they're thinking about putting the world title on AJ Styles. So I actually do see AJ Styles getting picked on the top 3. But on to the next question, that Brock Lesnar thing, it just doesn't make sense to me, Chris, because the other fight, I don't follow UFC and I don't follow MMA because it's not my thing. I mean, I'm not going to hate on it, but that's really not my thing. But the one thing I did notice is, I mean, if you could go back, they canceled that one guy. Remember that one guy that was supposed to fight and they canceled the match? He was in the co-main.
John Jones or something. John Jones or something his name was.
Yeah, they picked up. I mean, they drug test these dudes like a day before the fight or hours before the fight. Days before the fight, correct? That's how they picked up that dude. That dude had drugs in his system, correct?
Yeah, they do it at the weighing. They do a weighing like right before the fight, and that's when they do the testing.
All right. So how did they choose? How did they pick it out of that guy and not Brock Lesnar? Do you think it was because Brock Lesnar had too many people paying to see him?
Well, here's the thing. They claim the results didn't come back until several days later, or whatever popped in the system didn't come back. But here's the thing about the wellness policy. Like, I've actually read deep into that over the past couple of weeks, and there's vitamins and stuff like that and supplements like that can pop you for the wellness policy. So the wellness policy is like kind of stupid in my mind because there's certain things that GNC sells. There's certain things that your pharmacy sells that people will get popped for, but it's not a legit like drug or like enhancer. You know what I mean? But it's not under the current rules that they want you to use the supplement on. So let's just say something like hydroxycut. Hydroxycut might be on there, okay? And if you're taking hydroxycut, it's for weight loss, but it might be on there because it speeds up your heart, and that can eventually kill you if you take too much of it. So that might be on the wellness policy, you know what I mean? But something stupid like that will get you popped. So I don't completely agree with it. I think the wellness policy should be for drugs, steroids, and growth hormones. That's my opinion.
That's it. I agree with that 100%, you know. And there's some countries that you go to, that these guys go to, that get buy like a drug that's prohibited here in the United States, and it's perfectly legal in other countries. So that has to go into play as well. But fast forward with this, I think it's all, I mean, I think they knew about it and they just let it go because they knew they would lose too much money if they pulled Brock Lesnar from the fight at the last second. That's my personal opinion.
Well, I got another question for you. SummerSlam's coming up. Big match with Randy Orton. Will he get suspended for that match? Will Vince let that match go on? How do you think WWE will handle the situation?
Well, I believe they already released a statement. I didn't read it or nothing, but I think they're going to just, you know, it's going to be water under the bridge. Everything.
Pretty much, and I think that's how it's going to go with it. Roman Reigns recently got popped for the wellness policy. I heard by Dave Meltzer, who's one of the great sports and wrestling announcer. Well, not announcer, but one of the great wrestling gimmick guys that knows all the behind the scenes shit. Okay, Dave Meltzer said that Vince McMahon is not as high on Roman Reigns as he once was. He's still going to push Roman Reigns, but he's not going to push Roman Reigns as the guy of the company. Do you think that is a true statement?
Yes, 100%, because his sales were down the tubes. People didn't care. His shirts. I mean, this is statistics. This is facts. This isn't my opinion. His shirt sales weren't even making the top 10 cut. They weren't even in the top 10 cut. His house shows dropped 35% when Roman Reigns was champion. People just didn't care about the guy. I personally didn't go to the Royal Rumble in Philly because I knew he was going to win. I didn't want to see this guy win. He just sucks. So I think being Vince McMahon, you can't have someone that people don't care for as your world champion.
Well, here's my thing, Just. If John Cena would retire tomorrow, who is your John Cena? The only guy that I seen that had that potential was Daniel Bryan, because people on Monday Night Raw still do this, yes, and they're still going to do it for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. That was your next John Cena. Who's your next John Cena after Daniel Bryan?
And again, they really got to stop with all these falsy spots, because this is what's getting guys like Daniel Bryan. This is what's getting guys like Sami Zayn hurt. You go to the shows and these dudes are doing their finisher. There's so many falsies. They're doing their finisher 20 times. I'm over exaggerating, but they're doing their finisher like 3 or 4 times, and that dilutes their finisher. You know what I mean?
Right. And go ahead.
Back when we were growing up watching it, you seen Stone Cold hit one Stone Cold Stunner, and that was it. You seen The Rock hit one rock bottom, that was it. He never had to do all this falsies spot and stuff like that, and that's why these guys weren't getting hurt back then, and all these guys are getting hurt now because they have to take these moves 5 or 6 times one night.
And absolutely, and I give credit where credit goes. These guys go out a few nights a week and put their body on the line and kick ass. I give all the credit to all these guys. However, talking to a buddy of mine, Vince Russo, who used to write WWE TV for the Attitude Era, he was the head writer for WWE during the Attitude Era, during Stone Cold, The Rock time. We've talked about false finishes. He hates them. He hates tumblers, and he hates false finishes. And I didn't agree with him in the beginning. I was like, that's awesome. It's the new tone. That's fucking pretty cool. But when you see it every single day, every single week, it gets old. We might as well stop calling them finishers. We might as well start calling them signature moves, because that's all you're doing now. But I got to give credit where credit's due. These guys are going out kicking their ass, but they got to stop with so many falsies. You got to start bringing back realness. It's what got people most emotionally invested. You didn't see Stone Cold Steve Austin hit 25 stunners to win his match. You see him hit one stunner. When he hit it, it was over. The crowd popped. One people's elbow, the match was over. One tombstone, the match was over. That's when we were at our peak. It is a different era, people will say now. Well, this era that we're in now is just going backwards instead of forward. Until we start going forward and getting this ball moving in that direction, I don't know if we will ever see another John Cena. I think we'll just have a bunch of cast guys together and just pretty much working like that. If I had to take a guess, all right, it's a total shoot guess. Once you turn Bray Wyatt face, he will be the next Undertaker, and that's just my opinion on that.
What about Dean Ambrose? What's your opinion on him? Can you build him up as?
I like him. I like Dean Ambrose, because I liked Dean Ambrose before he was in WWE, so I was cool with the guy. You know what I mean? But I don't see Dean Ambrose as the next John Cena.
No,
I think he's a great wrestler, great performer, but I can't emotionally invest him in being the face of a company.
No, I agree 100%. And going back on the falsy spot, that's something how independent wrestling changed WWE, because that's what these guys do. The independent wrestlers, you see a lot of falsies in Ring of Honor. You see a lot of falsies in, your typical like CZW and companies like that. And these guys could do it because they're not wrestling every week. They're wrestling what, like twice, 3 times a month. But WWE guys are doing it a few times a week. They're doing it 3 or 4 times a week. So their bodies, I mean, the human body can only take so much. So that was my statement on the falsies.
And absolutely, and we're going to see a lot of interesting stuff coming up in the future. A lot of good pay-per-views coming on by WWE. But guys, we want to do that ourselves. We want XBW to have great matches, great falsies, great season, great battles, great feuds, great storylines, great promos. We want to see it all. And there's only one way we're going to do it. It's by everybody working together, working as a team, coming together as a whole. Guys, I don't want this to be our last show. We have fun doing this last show. We didn't even do a tournament tonight because we don't know the current state. Let's get the ball rolling. Let's make a decision. Guys, once we do that, the tournament will continue, and we're going to kick it off with a blast, all right? Once we get the ring in stone, okay, and the ring gets transported, we go to pick it up. There's going to be a big podcast that night, okay? It will be, in one corner, the reigning Hall of Famer, former XBW heavyweight champion, one of the greatest of all time, Mysterious G, taking on the King of Kings, the cerebral assassin. And this guy's been texting me off the horn. Yo, bro. Yo, Conan. Yo, what's up, King? Yo, bro. Yo, Conan. King, what's going on, King? Yo, bro. What's up, Conan? Like, no bullshit, guys. I'm going to go to this for you guys because I just want to show everybody this. All right. Let me get to it. See where I'm at. All right. And here I am. All right. When everybody see this, take this down. All right. Let's see what everybody can see. All right.
Carson.
See that guy? King Carson, right?
The King. Talk again.
You guys see that? I got it up. Got it running right here for you guys. Right here. And then I just want to keep scrolling. And then I just want to go a little bit more just to show you guys. King is one-dimensional, okay? He's going to go, yo, King, yo, bro, yo, Conan. He's one-dimensional, and that's pretty much all King's going to have to say through. And here's what I'm trying to get at. King, you're not going to see a King match do 100 falsies. You know what I mean? You're not going to see a King match have a bunch of kickouts and things of that nature. But King versus Mysterious G in the tournament, second round, people want to see who advances to one of the final rounds. But more importantly, just before I get into my final statement, okay, the current state of XBW right now, I said I want to run a lot of gimmicks. When XBW, I last booked this show, I booked it with the Fatal 4-Way with Beast, Craven, Mysterious G, and I believe his brother, the Unknown, or it might have been one other character. When we opened that show up, I ran a UFC-type match. Do you want to see that during every show or during some shows?
Me personally, I'd rather see it in some shows just because the liability of them getting hurt is greater. So I would like to see it at some shows. It is interesting and people will want to see it. So we should definitely have it on the card, but not every card because it'll only dilute it. And again, people might get hurt. But yeah, definitely on some shows.
Definitely, absolutely. And guys, if there are things you want to add to the show or things you think that'd be cool, put a comment, put a like sign, hit us up in the chat, text me, email me. You guys know where to catch me at. I'm your favorite wrestler. I'm Chris Conant. I want to wear these guys again. I want these guys to come out. Let me know if I can. Let's put this together. Let's do this. You guys want it. I want DDP Yoga back more than anything. So let's rock and roll. And guys, before I get out of here, send me the app to Pokemon Go. really want to play it. Just saying.
Well,
I'm your favorite wrestler.
Let me cut you off real fast. A lot of people are blaming the hype getting killed over Pokemon Go.
And that might be the reason. However, I have a character that I'm developing that will be debuting in XBW that has to do with Pokemon Go. It's a must-see character. It is something that's going to keep everybody in tune in, and especially when the cell phone gimmick comes out, and you people are going to love it. But that can't happen until we start up. Until then, I'm your favorite wrestler. I'm with the hardcore legend, the hardcore icon, the sick Mexican. I can't wait to work a show with him. I can't wait to work a death match with him. I can't wait to get this rocking and rolling, guys. Until then, guys, comment, like, hit us up in the chat. Let us know what we can do to get this ball moving. Let's rock and roll. XBW Off The Air, XBW Pipe Bomb, sick Mexican. Take it away from here. Deuces, buddy.
Thanks, Chris Conant. Like Chris Conant said, we don't want this to be the last show. We got to get on board. Like Chris's friend situation, we all got to work together and resolve this like adults that we are now. This is Sick Mexican signing off, hopefully not for the latest time. Everyone keep in touch. Tell us how you want to ride this out. Till next time, peace out.